Okay, here we go. Here we go. Friday, good stuff. Bell ringer for today. I think we should have 4 for today. So I'll get you 4 points. No vocab today. Yes, there will be a few left. So describe a form of technology or weaponry that changed the style of fighting during World War I. There you go. So we talked about trench warfare. How is a stalemate? How is mostly defensive? And these new forms of weaponry were created, invented to try to break that stalemate. So you can use your activity from yesterday to help you if you need to. Obviously, your notes, whatever you want to use. I will grade that assignment then, so I'll have that turned in so I can give you credit for it. There you go. I'll give you a couple minutes. Bruce, are you all finished? Okay. Need a couple more minutes. How about 1 more minute? Finish this up. Are you working on the activity? All righty. So let's start off with what type of fighting? What was the style of fighting during World War One? What was it? What was the style of fighting? Let's review this real quick. What was the style of fighting in World War One? Chase, go ahead. Yeah, trench warfare. Good job. And describe that just a little bit so we can move on.
Each side is pretty much stuck themselves in the trench. Trench is usually pretty long, and it's kind of just a big stalemate because both the trenches are like heavily defended. You can't really charge it other than the trench.
Yeah. Yeah, good job. Good job. So what was the land between the two trenches? No man's land. Good job. So very defensive style, okay, of fighting. And in World War One, it was very stagnant. Okay, there's a lot of stalemates. There wasn't really much going on. And we described the experience of the soldiers in those trenches, some of the hardships that they faced, some of the issues and problems like lack of food, water. Okay, obviously the water that would just build up inside the trenches from the elements, right, with rain, snow, cold weather in the winters, you name it. And it was very poor style of living for these people. And we talked about shell shock, right? We talked about PTSD. Okay, we talked about a lot of these issues that these people faced in these trenches. Okay, with the technology and weaponry. So to try to break this stalemate, to try to break this style of fighting, this stagnant fighting, someone need to be aggressive, right? One of these forces need to come up with an idea to break this stalemate. So, what form of technology did you talk about, Chris?
Machine gun.
All right, machine gun. Good job. And why was that effective? Why was that useful?
This was the biggest technological homemade gun enhancement to the war.
Okay.
As it shoot up to a rate of 300 rounds. It's a big upgrade from a single rifle, since every
Good. Good job. Yeah. So there's different types of machine guns, right? There's some to protect your trench, probably bigger, right? A little bit larger with a tripod, whatever it might be, to try to level down some of the troops, the opposition coming across no man's land. Then you have submachine guns, right? Lightweight. Once they get into the trench, once they break into the trench, it's easy to move around. It's versatile. Okay, it's very effective in that close quarter combat. Good job, Angel. All right, mustard gas. Describe that.
Basically, if they can, they throw it in the opponent's area, and by the time the gas was
Yeah.
up, it would literally fill your lungs with water, and you would actually drown from that.
Yeah, good job. So chlorine gas, mustard gas to try to stop the advancement of the opposition across no man's land, even throwing it into the opponent's trench, okay, to try to flush them out of the trench. Yeah, so very terrible style. I mean, it was very brutal. Okay, the weapon, what it did to other people, but in World War One, that was something that the Germans came up with, and both sides used chemical warfare. And when you look at pictures in World War One, you see a lot of soldiers wearing gas masks, and that's really the first time we see this chemical warfare used in war. And to try to fight against that, obviously the gas masks were used. And whenever you look at pictures, that's pretty much what you'll see. All right, yeah, so that definitely changed the style of fighting. What else? What else do we have here? Who else has something different? Haley, what do you have? Yeah, tanks. Okay, good job. And what was their use on the battlefield? Yeah, yeah, good job. So it was almost like a battering ram, right? So it was used to try to get across no man's land, used as a shield for the soldiers to fall behind. And as they're getting close to the opposition, the opposing trench, they would bust through the barbed wire and then allow the soldiers to kind of invade the enemy trench. Good, good. Were they very effective? Kind of, sort of. Towards the end of the war, a little bit better, but they'd always break down, right? There's a lot of armor on these tanks, and it really came to a point where at first they're not very effective just because they would break down. They'd have a lot of issues with mobility, okay, and we'll see a lot of advancements once we get to World War II with the tank. Good. What else do we have? Rooster, what do you say? You said the tank too? Okay. What about airplanes? Anybody say airplanes? No? All right. So that quote yesterday in the video I thought was very influential and very significant. She said how World War One started with people riding in on horseback, and it ended with people flying in airplanes. And I think that really is a big impact on how the war actually went and progressed, and how technology and weaponry advanced during this war. And I think that was really a good quote, a good saying, and in order to try to wrap up this war. And airplanes used very effectively in this war. At first, kind of slow, didn't work out too well, but towards the end of the war, you have a lot of dogfights in the air. Okay, a lot of bombing runs over supply lines, military bases, right, trenches, and factories and industries. All right, is there anything else we can add? Anything else? Flamethrowers we mentioned. We talked about submarines, right? We talked a little bit about artillery, okay, things like that. All right, is there any questions on that? So make sure you have that assignment turned in, okay? I think I had it towards the end of class. So I know it was a longer assignment. I want to give you a little bit of time if you didn't get it fully done today, well, yesterday. that you had some time in class to work on it. But moving on, real quick. Where are we at here? Where are we at? Map of Europe. Okay, before I get you working on the activity, check this game out. This should help you study for the quiz next week. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, maybe Wednesday, middle of the week. What do you think for a map quiz? All right, so it's just going to be the countries in Europe during World War I. I think it's important to know where they're located, where they're at, and real quick, I'll share this link with you so you can practice. And how about we do a little game with it? So whatever time you get, so it's timed, and if you get 100 on it, obviously, screenshot it, okay, and then show me the next day. Obviously, your remote students just attach it to the post or email it to me, whatever one you have. And whoever has the fastest score in this class, I'll give you an extra credit point on the test. Does that work? Yeah, I think that will be good. So I'll go through it real quick with you. Let's see how good I can do it. So restart. All right, Russia, bang, right there. Netherlands, Sweden, Switzerland, France, Greece. Whoop, there it is. Montenegro, small one. Germany, Portugal, Serbia, Romania, Belgium, Bulgaria, Italy, Luxembourg, Ottoman Empire. Oh, there it is. United Kingdom, Spain, Denmark, Norway, Austria-Hungary. Oh, 36 seconds. All right. Obviously, you could probably do a little bit better than that. So the more you do it, continue to do it to see if you get the best time. Whoever has the best time, again, screenshot it so you can show it to me, and I'll give you an extra credit point. Sound good? Okay. Activity for today. It's going to be due Monday. I'll check them, man. I'll just come around and check them in here. For those of you at home, just attach it to this post. I'll give you credit. This is the assignment I want you to work on now. All right, so you have the central powers, which we talked about. You should know the major central powers. You have the allied powers, okay? And then you have the neutral countries. So follow A, B, C, and D. I think it even says label the bodies of water, which I think is important as well. And then, yep, right here, label the bodies of water. And then there's a couple questions here at the bottom. All right, so real quick, central powers. I want you to color them in red. The central powers. So everybody should be on the same page here. Angel, you got that?
Yeah.
Kevin? All right, so central powers, I want you to color that in red. The allies, color that in blue. And then the neutral countries, the countries that weren't involved, color them yellow. Sound good? Rooster. Central powers, what do we call them? What color we color in these central powers, these countries? Red, blue, or yellow? Red. Okay, allied powers. Blue. Neutral countries? Yellow. Good. Good work. Okay. So that's what I'd like you to do. So label the map and then color in the allied powers, central powers, neutral countries. And that's all I got for today. So again, Wednesday, we'll probably have that map quiz. So be prepared. Be prepared. Any questions, guys? No? Okay, again, remote students, attach the bell ringers to this post. Okay, and this activity, obviously, I should have 4 bell ringers. And we'll have a quiz most likely on Wednesday. I'll put that up on the board. All right. Will Wiskowski, you have current event for next week. All right, there you go. Have a good weekend.